Hey guys, today is Tuesday and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. This week, dropping things, I wanted to start off with some book mail I got. I actually got it yesterday, but I usually don't film on Mondays, so we're just gonna do it today, and that's totally fine. So, as you probably, this is all crooked. I read mostly YA fantasy. I have moved on to adult fantasy, but I also read a lot of historical mysteries and things like that. Also enjoy a bit of romance, but I think this pile has a bit of all of that in it. I got 4 books in the mail yesterday. I was just making sure I was looking behind me to see if I left any. No, but I got 4 books in the mail yesterday. I ordered them a little over a week ago, so it took a little time to get here. But first book I got is Court of Lions by Sumaya Daud. This is the second book in the Mirage duology. I read Mirage last year. It is a YA fantasy romance. And I loved it. It was just a simple, fun book. There wasn't a lot of needless things. Like there was enough detail and enough world building and enough character development to be a great book without being excessive. So, you know, Mirage is about the same size. They're fairly small. This is only what? I think 375 pages? No, it's only like 300 pages. That's not very long at all. But I loved it and I really wanted the second book, so I just finally gave it and ordered it. So that came. Second book I got was The Widow of Rose House by Diana Biller. I got this after watching Leanne from Leanne's Library. She was talking about how I think the Bodice Rippers book club or something like that was reading this month, and I happened to look into it and it sounded good. And it is blurbed by one of my favorite authors. It's blurbed by Deanna Rayburn. How could I possibly go wrong? I really don't know what it's about. I just ordered it kind of on a whim, and here we are. And now you get to see it, and ta-da! Just a nice little, I think it's a historical romance. I don't know. I'm gonna read it. Who cares? Next, I got 2 books from a book series I've been reading since my early 20s. Like, I love this series, but I did take a break on it for a while when I got into fantasy books so much. It is a mystery series featuring 2 older gentlemen detectives in London, and they get into a lot of hijinks and trouble, and they solve mysteries in unconventional ways, and it's a great series. And if you haven't heard of it, it is the Bryant and May series by Christopher Fowler. Now I own probably 15 books from this series. I own a lot of them, and they're just a lot of fun. I can never figure out the whodunits, but I never can, no matter what I read. And they're just great. I love the character development. I like that the characters are unconventional. You usually don't have 2 older gentlemen solving murder mysteries in a huge metropolitan city. And it just brings me some joy. And Bryant and May, it's a wonderful series. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it if you enjoy mysteries. It's just a little bit different, and it's fun, and I love it. But those are the 4 books that I got in the mail this week. This is also going to be the last time you see my shelves organized like this, because as soon as I'm done here, I am going to do a bookshelf reorganization video. By the time this vlog goes up, that video will already be up. So if you want to look at that, it'll be there. But yeah, excited for my new books. Happy to put them on the shelves. And you know, not much else has been going on. I read a little bit more of, I don't even remember the title of it. The second book in Elise Kova's series, the Air Awakens series. I'm about halfway through the second book in that series. It's still really good. It's gotten really, I don't mind tropes. Like, I have no problem with tropes. Give me all of them. There's a reason that they're called tropes. It's because they work, because they're used really frequently because they work. But this one has, the second book in the series has one in it, has a trope in it that's misunderstandings, like constantly, and a refusal to communicate constantly. I'm okay if it happens occasionally, but like literally every conversation the main female character and the main male character in the series have is just all miscommunication and misunderstandings, and neither of them try and clear it up. And it just happens over and over and over again. And that seems to be all the second book is. And I'm getting pretty frustrated with it. Yeah, I'm going to keep on reading that. Other than that, not much else going on. So I'll check in with you later. Hey there, I am reading Fire Falling by, I forgot her name. Oh God, I think it's Elise Kova, is that right? Yeah, Elise Kova. It's the second book of her Air Awakens series. And like, I'm really enjoying it because it's just full of the tropes and I'm a hoe for tropes. But at the same time, I keep having to take breaks because I can't stand it anymore. I just need to take a step back and reassess myself, have a little drink, and then I can get back to it. But I can't just keep reading continuously like I can with a lot of books. This one needs breaks. But I'm over halfway through, and like it is really enjoyable. It's like I said, it's full of the tropes, so many tropes, but I love it. Tropes work for a reason, and I'm good with it. But yeah, I just wanted to share, for whatever reason, my weirdness about having to take breaks while reading this book. It's fun, and spoiler in case you're concerned, the two main characters just had their first kiss, and it was really sweet, and it didn't go any further, which was really disappointing for me anyway. But yeah, this was my break, and I'm gonna go back to reading now. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Today is Thursday evening, and I just wanted to do a little update before I get ready for bed because it's getting to be that time. It's already 8 o'clock and I have to be at work at 6:15, so get her done, right? This week I've been reading, like at the beginning of the week I did say that I was in a bit of, felt like I was getting into a reading slump. I'm apparently a big fat liar because this week I've already read 2.5 books. I'm reading the Air Awakens series by Elise Kova. Previously I had read her Deal with the Elf King book, which is a fantasy romance that I really loved. I decided to pick up Air Awakens, just I thought it might be fun. Like I was in the mood for something simple and like just simple. Oh man, look at my hair. I love that curl on the side of my head. It's amazing. Anyway. I picked up the Air Awakens trilogy because it's available, the whole series you can get through Kindle Unlimited. So I did that, and I started reading just to see. Figured I'd give it a shot. Like I'd rather read, then go to bed. Like, it's obsessive. I know, in case you're wondering, this is the edge. You're sitting on my cat's bed, and this is the edge of his cat bed, but it's the only place there's a light right now, so we're rolling with it. But yeah, it's a fantasy romance. Yeah, and it's full of tropes. I like tropes. I'm fine with them. Tropes become a thing because they are popular and they work. And if a concept doesn't work in a book, the book doesn't do well, and then the concept does not become a trope. So, you know, I'm fine with it. Give me all of the tropes. I don't care. I just want to enjoy what I'm reading. I don't need to be highbrow about it. Like, I just want to have fun. No, I'm really loving them. The romance is it's actually relatively believable, which is nice for fantasy. The magic system, while not completely unique, is also interesting. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I like the character growth and that everyone is horribly flawed, especially the male love interest. Like, he is severely flawed, but you can't help but love him. And he's trying to be better, and like, who doesn't love that? I'm a little over halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way through the 3rd book right now, and I probably will finish it tomorrow. Getting a little obsessive about it, but it's pretty much it for reading this week. I reorganized my bookshelf, so by the time you're watching this, the video for my bookshelf reorganization will be live, and I'll do the little linky thing in whatever corner it is. I don't even know. Up here somewhere. Yeah, I hope you all are having a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Hi there, today is Sunday, and I haven't talked to you in a few days because I spent my week binge reading the Air Awakens series by Elise Kova. I don't know why I started reading them. I read all 5, and they're all between 350 to 400 pages between Monday and Friday. Like, I got obsessed. I did nothing else but read these books for a week, and I just regret no part of it. Like, I think I'm gonna do a whole series review, so I don't want to dig too deep into it here. I was just cutting off the top half of my head. Whatever, you're sitting on my chair, I'm sitting on the floor. It's all fine. I love them. Yes, they are just absolutely trashy YA fantasy romance with tropes and some of them some poorly done aspects, but overall I could not stop reading. And what is a sign of a good book? If you want to keep reading it, that's what a good book is. A good book is something that you want to just continue reading. You want to keep picking it up. You want to continue with it. You don't want to leave that world. And like, I loved this world, even though it was hella trashy, but it was perfect because I love that kind of thing. That's my jam. I love trashy YA fantasy romance. This just speaks to me, all right? And this book, or this whole series, they did it for me, and I loved it. And like, obviously there's some good and bad points. We'll talk about them another day, but yeah, good shit. But before I sign off for the week, I made a purchase yesterday that is non-book related, completely not whatsoever. This is just my life and I'm sharing it with you. But it brought me so much joy and I wanted to share it with you. So just, oh my god. Look at it, it's a little, like, I don't know. Not topiary, that's the plant. I don't know. It's got a luminary? Yeah, so you put a little candle in his butt and he, but look at his little hands. He's just like, oh yes, please. Can I have some nipples, please? Oh my mom. Okay, and I love it. I spent more money than I should have on it. But I've named him Bernard, and he's gonna live at my office. And look at him. I love Bernard. He's just amazing. He brings me so much joy. You know, yeah, I spent more money on him than I should have. I am well aware of that. However, it makes me happy. What's the point? What's the point of doing anything if it doesn't bring you happiness? Like, if I want a raccoon luminary in my office named Bernard, I'm gonna have a raccoon luminary in my office named Bernard, because that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, overall this week I read 5 books. don't know what I'm gonna read next. I'm in a reading slump because I have book hangover, and that's a thing, and it's fine. So yeah, I hope you all have had a wonderful week. I hope you're doing great. If you feel like subscribing, you know where to do that. It's down there in that area, and the like button's there too if you feel like it. Whatever makes you happy. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.